Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. If you're new to my channel, my name is Darlene. As I promised, I'm doing the review recap of Love is Blind season 4. So we didn't even get a live, it was a recorded version. There were some technical issues. Nick and Vanessa, they did better than I thought, so I'm pretty pleased with the reunion that we got at some level. The live reunion was supposed to start at, I believe, 5 o'clock there, 8 o'clock my time here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I knew I wasn't gonna be home, so I already planned on watching it later. Come to find out, when I got home, I tried to get on the live. I was able to see some of it and then watch the whole reunion. Everyone was talking about that failed live reunion. It was quite comical to see, and I don't want to believe that, but I find it very suspicious. I know it's only the second time that they are doing a live event on Netflix, but for such a large, big company, I'm very surprised they didn't do their due diligence, tested, made sure. Some PR, marketing, they believe bad publicity is still good. We were still talking about Netflix the next 2 or 3 days after the reunion, so I find that quite suspicious. So all 3 married couples are still together. They all look amazing. Brett and Tiffany, they were stunning. They are very stylish. Brett, obviously, he looked amazing. His pants were a bit shorter than I would like. He looked amazing nonetheless. Tiffany, her makeup was 10 on 10. Her dress and her hair. I was watching it with my sister and she pointed out Tiffany dyed her hair darker, and I was like, oh my god, I knew there was something different. I thought it was only the makeup. I kept on saying, oh my god, that red lip is amazing on her. It's flawless. She looked good before, but now it's to another level. They are just gorgeous. And then Chelsea and Kwame, they look very, very good. She looked like a pink Barbie. Kwame, he looked amazing. Bliss and Zach, they are very cute. Guys, I now believe in this couple. I have this theory about the second choice on the experiment of Love is Blind. In the past, the second choice, it was never a good thing. In their case, they are the exception.
I'm the exception.
You are my exception.
You can see that it is genuine. I believe it is genuine anyway, so I'm very glad for them. They started with the love triangle, Kwame, Chelsea, and Micah. Kwame said that he was planning on breaking up with Micah. They both knew that it was coming, that after the engagement, he was all the way with Chelsea. You could see Micah didn't agree with what he was saying 100%, but I believe she didn't want to rock the boat. She was gonna get a lot of negative feedback, so she really tried to make herself as little as possible so that it doesn't make her look bad. Kwame forgets that we saw how he cried after the breakup, and we saw when he said, isn't it fucked up? I get that you said you were hurt and that it was your ego, but I find it was a huge reaction for someone that knew that they were gonna break up. For example, last season when Bartis broke up with Raven, she handled it perfectly. She said, you know what, I was thinking of breaking up too, that's fine, let's go our separate ways. She was over Bartis at that point. Kwame said he still had feelings for Micah. He even said later that Micah would always have a special place in his heart. I'm not sure why he's trying to rewrite history. It doesn't work. You can't lie in her face like that. I get it, you're now married with Chelsea and you want to save face, you want to show that you are now totally committed to your marriage. He apologized to Chelsea, he apologized to her family, also their supporters, their fans. No need to try to rewrite history and to lie when there were multiple situations where you said you weren't over Micah. Chelsea did meet his mother. I'm very happy for her, and I don't like to say that because I always wish the best for any married couple, but I have to be honest, guys, I got the same vibe from Chelsea and Kwame as Jared and Ayana during their reunion on season 2. They were trying to show the world that they were strong and committed. All of that is good, and I really do wish it's genuine and it's real. If I have to pick one couple, I'm not sure her for the future, I would say it's Chelsea and Kwame. Can't lie, that was my impression. I think that now Kwame realized that Micah wasn't a good option for him at all. And I'm sure when he watched the season, he saw Micah didn't care for him at all. Nick or Vanessa asked Chelsea if she thought that Micah played with Kwame's emotions. I think she didn't want to bash Micah too much because they are trying to move on. She just said that she wanted to believe that wasn't the case, and she hoped that Micah learned from this and that she had some growth out of the experience. So I really liked them together. I saw some chemistry between the two of them, and they did say that the way that the show was edited, it seemed to push a narrative, and I can understand that and I can sympathize with that. They can manipulate the content, but they cannot create a content. So the words coming out Kwame's mouth were really what he said at that moment. There's nothing wrong to say, you know what, that person was very confused and going through a lot of emotions. Now I realized that Chelsea was the perfect woman for me, and I made my choice and I moved on from that. This is old history. I would have respected Kwame more if he would have been more honest about that. I do understand he was trying to protect Chelsea, but yeah, that was such a lie. I wasn't buying it. Next is Zach and Bliss and Irina. They showed Micah and Irina's behavior during the experiment.
Mardi Gras was what I picked for his date, and wait, that's so you. Why does it like sound like something they would do together? I don't know why. Mardi Gras?
And then Irina came on the stage. Irina did apologize to Zach. She said that she was wrong, that she was going through some things. She had mental health and so forth. I get it that she might have had mental health, but the crying face that she did at the beginning, it was looking like a failed attempt of acting.
Sorry, just need a minute.
It was a flop. It was a real flop. She tried and the audience were laughing. It didn't come across the way that she thought it would. It wasn't given. I want to believe that she regrets how she behaved towards Zach, but at the same time, she kept on rambling and making excuses why she acted the way she acted. She didn't own up 100%, but she did apologize to both Zach and Bliss. She did say that she liked them together and that they were her favorite couple. I think she said something like that. I don't know if she was genuine, but I did appreciate that she faced the music. Zach and Bliss said they forgave her. Bliss said she hoped that she takes accountability of her action and that she grew from that. I really like how Zach and Bliss had each other's back. And it's funny because when Zach was trying to make up his mind between Bliss and Irina, he thought Irina had a vicious side, but he believed that Irina would have his back no matter what. Boy, was he wrong. When it came to time for her to show her support or to show him that she would have his back, she did a 180. At the end, Bliss is his ride or die. She's the one who has his back 100%. I love to see it and I'm happy for him. He was able to have a second chance and he found his right partner. Zach was the MVP of the reunion. He did say that he believed Irina came on the show to be famous. If she did, it failed. She's not liked. She's one of the villains of the season. She said that she went in, she was really looking for love. As soon as she saw Zach, she knew it wasn't going to work. She kept on saying that both her and Zach knew that they weren't meant to be together. I do believe they weren't meant to be together. If it's true that he gave her the ick, there's nothing to do there. It ended up being Bliss's blessing. They mentioned both Micah and Irina's behavior, but she ended up taking the fall for both of them. All the while, Micah was sitting back, not saying a word. She was making herself very small. She knew that she was best to stay silent. I mean, Micah should teach a master class because she started the mean girl. Then once Irina betrayed her by going after Paul, she really did distance herself from Irina. I think she realized at that point that maybe they wouldn't come across in a good way on the show. She changed her brand, her demeanor. She really had me at some point believing that her and Paul were getting solid. At the end, she tried to make it seem that she was the victim in the whole situation. And after watching the reunion, I truly believe Zach, I think she wasn't into Paul like that. She tried to portray herself as a good girl in love, someone that was left at the altar, whereas she knew that it wasn't the best decision for them. Another thing about Vanessa, she kept on blaming Paul for saying he didn't see Micah as a nurturing person. At the end, Paul, he was trying to emphasize that he didn't see himself being a father yet. He didn't encourage that side in Micah. It was getting very, very exhausting. He was giving "it's not you, it's me" energy, and I find that very disappointing because he didn't say anything wrong. Was it harsh? Yes. He has bad delivery as Micah, but the only difference is that Micah is a very intelligent woman. She knows how to get away with her behaviors. When she does something wrong, she can make you think, no, it's not a big deal, and she just have that skill. She's a very manipulative person, and I do believe that she also went on the show to get famous. She was never gonna get married. Before the reunion, I thought that maybe she did have real feelings for him, but during that reunion, the way she was crying, I saw through it. Her acting is much better than Irina's, but I still saw through her fake tears.
If Paul had said yes, would you guys be married today?
Sorry.
Okay.
Take your time.
I got the golden tissue box. Thank you.
Sorry. All the pressure's been off me, so I kind of forgot I was here.
Zach is right. She had no intention on marrying Paul, and she just wants to stay in her victim position, victim mode, just so that she comes out with a better image. You know what? She succeeded. Vanessa was 100% on her side. There was no fuss made around how she treated Kwame, the other girls in the lounge, how she treated Paul behind the scenes. He was right in saying no, and his reasoning was actually logical. So yeah, that was one of the letdown from Vanessa. They did briefly date after the altar. She was the one who ended up breaking up definitely with him. I have trouble to think that she really had serious feelings. At the same time, Paul didn't love her the way that he thought. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I really liked how Zach took Paul's back. You can see now a new confidence from Zach. He has a different, strong presence about him. He looked very attractive. He was never unattractive, but with the few extra pounds on him, can't lie, he looks very good. So now we'll get into Marshall, Jackie, and Josh. Jackie was not at the reunion in person. She did a Zoom interview the day before with Vanessa. Vanessa didn't ask the right questions. She let Jackie get away with everything. It was very obvious that she was biased. She was always biased in the past, but this time it was even more frustrating because we had an amazing season. It left a bad taste in my mouth regarding Jackie and Marshall's situation. You could clearly see that she was just happy that Jackie and Josh agreed to do the interview. Maybe that's why she didn't ask the hard questions, but yeah, at this point it almost would have been better if we didn't have anything from them than that half-assed interview. But anyways, Jackie and Josh said they are living together, they have a pet, whatever, and they are not looking to in getting married anytime soon. They're taking things slow. For me, it just shows their relationship is not that serious. Then Jackie really wanted to that was the first thing that she said. She really wanted to make it clear that she did break up with Marshall before she started seeing Josh. Yeah, okay. I don't think that most people focused on the fact that she transitioned from Marshall to Josh in a second. It's the way that she treated Marshall, the way she went about it. That was the problem. She did apologize, but she just needs seem very defensive and she was trying to portray herself as a damsel in distress, the same as Micah. I feel that they are really trying hard to make us believe that they are a serious couple, very in love. At the end, Vanessa asked her if she still had the ring. She said yes. Vanessa asked, why do you think Marshall wanted the ring back? She believed Marshall was gonna propose to somebody else. She broke the engagement. So even if it was true, it's only fair that she should have given him back the ring. I think usually that's how it goes. Even if Netflix paid for the ring, the least she could have done is discuss it with Marshall, and if one of them was gonna pay the other to buy the ring, if they would sell the ring, split the money in half. I don't know. Just the fact that she didn't consider him in that decision, she comes across as someone that is just that selfish. I don't know if I'm wrong, but she seems to be a user. I don't believe in hers and Josh's relationships. They might even have an agreement that they both gain something from their relationship. Who knows? They might stay on social media, come back with Netflix. I don't know. I just have a feeling that they are using each other because even for Josh to accept his girl to keep somebody else's engagement ring, I find it very, very suspicious. They want to save face, and that's the only reason, or well, not the only reason, but that's the main reason why they are still together and trying to make us believe that they are madly in love. I don't buy it at all. Marshall, I could say it was pretty hard for him to watch that video, that interview, and I found it very distasteful that Vanessa was trying to make him the bad guy. Again, in that situation, she was attacking the wrong person. He didn't do anything wrong. Yes, Jackie mentioned that he said words to her. He said that she had a strong jawline. Two wrongs don't make it right, but I don't believe it's fair to attack him and let Jackie go free. I was very turned off by Vanessa when she did that. Marshall is not perfect. He has his own flaws, but he definitely was not the bad person in that situation, in that experiment. We all saw how Jackie treated him. She did say herself that nobody loved her like he did. She was the worst. When they were in Mexico, she said, "My tonto, my damas." She insulted him in so many ways. I'm shocked that Vanessa didn't go harder on her. I saw his interview with Nick Viall on YouTube. He shouldn't date anyone. He should heal before. Some old tweets resurfaced from Marshall, a group of sad black girls that sit in a damn circle sharing their stories on why men ain't. I'll tell you, black females, why. You walk into a restaurant and what do you see? A white couple, a Hispanic couple, an Asian couple, and a group of black girls. And he also has other tweets that mention that his preference are Latina women. Yeah, that's pretty sad. He obviously has some internal work to do. He got his Latina. I'm not sure he was ready for it. He also apologized recently, so yep. We were rooting for you. He's traumatized from what happened. She really tried to insinuate that he was gay, called him demeaning names, and she didn't respect him as a man at all. That must be hard. They showed an update on all three couples. You could see that Brett and Tiffany, they are doing very well. They are very, very in love and very cute. Chelsea and Kwame, they are living in a very nice apartment and they seem to be doing very, very well. And I hope that is true. Bliss and Zach, they look super, super cute together and in love. Zach made a song for Bliss and it was endearing. It was very cute. So I'm very happy for all three couples. As I said, I wasn't very mad at Vanessa. My expectations were low, but the way she kept asking when would they give her the first Love is Blind baby. Girl, we get it. You are excited, eager to see who's gonna have the first baby, but let it go. It's a very touchy subject. It's not something you should be bringing up that many times. She did a bit too much as usual. If you want a baby, get pregnant with Nick. Leave them alone, please. At the end, they showed Bartis. Nobody asked for that. They showed Bartis with his baby. This guy is such an attention. I'm sorry, he is a cloud chaser. Like, if it's Netflix that approached him, we didn't ask for that. I didn't like him on his season, didn't care for him afterwards. I haven't watched Perfect Match. I don't think anybody wanted to see him. I liked the reunion overall. There was a lot of drama and they did address some of it, but it wasn't that great. And thanks to Zach, because he revealed some of the tea. Some of the questions were answered. I'm looking forward to After the Altar. I hope they don't take too long to give us that update. And yes, I'm looking forward also for the next season, which would be season 5. Netflix is going in a drama-filled direction. I don't mind because it is entertaining. I just want them to keep in mind that they have to also balance it out with some solid love stories. They didn't focus much on the love story and the greatness of Brett and Tiffany, and that was a bit disappointing, but you know what, it was a great season. We had a great cast. Yep. So guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments in the group chat. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video. Take care of yourself and I will see you in the next video.